Mark Ainley from GC Realty and Development. We're a local property manager located right here in Roselle. I'm also the co-host of Chicago's #1 real estate investment podcast, Straight Up Chicago Investor. Check it out on iTunes. Lots of valuable information if you're an investor here in the Chicago market. So want to get going here. Talk here today about being a landlord in Roselle. So if you are a homeowner looking to convert your property to a rental, or if you are an investor looking to buy in Roselle, or maybe you're already an investor that's operating a rental here, there's some good information that I want to make sure that you know about. So first things first, part of being a landlord in Roselle in certain sections is tougher than others. So this is break it down here. If you're in Cook County or DuPage, it makes a difference on how you have to run your landlord business here in Roselle. So Cook County is limited to the northern part of Roselle, so you have to check the map, but mostly north of I-390, formerly known as Elgin O'Hare. So there's some townhouse communities, single family homes north of there that are all Cook County. Now what that means is you have to follow the Cook County ordinances. Cook County has a residential landlord tenant ordinance that came out last year in 2021. And what that means is you now, as a Cook County landlord, have all these other things you have to make sure that you're compliant with. That's if you're in the Cook County part of Roselle, if you're in Schaumburg, if you're in Tinley Park, if you're in Berwyn, anywhere in Cook County outside Chicago, because they have their own rules, you have to follow this. So it's very important that you don't miss this step. Now, the residential landlord tenant ordinance, we have a bunch of links down here. There's things of how much security deposit you can collect, where you have to hold a security deposit, different disclosures you have to make, a specific lease that you want to be using for your properties in Roselle in Cook County part. So it's not just any landlord lease that you get, you got to be using a specific Cook County friendly lease. And if you need a copy of that, I'm happy to share that with you as well too. So the other part of being in the Cook County part of Roselle is the Just Housing Ordinance. Now the Just Housing Ordinance is another Cook County specific law that came out in 2019. Have you heard of it? A lot of people haven't, so don't feel bad if you haven't. But it's important that now that you've heard of it, you get up to speed and make sure that there's no more risk that you're putting on yourself when you're underwriting applicants. And summarize it, it is along the lines of things you must do in the residential application underwriting process, and in order you must go in to make sure that you're not violating the Just Housing Ordinance. So read up on it and make sure you're preventing any further liability, because there's some pretty steep fines and penalties if you get caught for not following the process. So now that's if you're a landlord in Roselle. In Cook County, in Roselle in general, is awesome. So the city of Roselle does not have a rental license program at this point that we're making this here in the end of 2022. And that means it's just one less hoop you have to jump through compared to the cities around us, such as Addison and Bloomingdale, Schaumburg. They all have these rental license codes that you have to follow. So if you're in DuPage section, you're much better shape and less risk to handle. But if you have any questions, reach out to myself. You can find a bunch more resources here in this blog under this video. Love to help you out. We are located right here in Roselle in the old Roselle Music Building. Anyone that's been around Roselle long enough knows the Roselle Music Building on Irving Park Road. So look forward to hearing from you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.